Welcome everyone to Popular Polls, your weekly show where we discuss your answers to a weekly question or poll. This is episode 40. Wow, 40 already. I'm Alex and we are getting close to Christmas. So just a heads up that this may be my last Popular Polls episode for this year. Maybe I'll do one next week. We'll see. In any case, I want to put out a huge thank you to all of you who have been watching this little adventure series of mine. You know, it's definitely not, well, it's not the most popular thing I put out on my channel, but I still like to do it, and yeah, thanks for keeping along with this. Next year, I may branch out and open a separate channel for English content videos. This is what someone of you proposed as in a comment on my last video. So I might do this, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how it all turns out. I will definitely bring out some more videos over the next couple of days and weeks in German, so stay tuned for that. And let's just jump right into our last question. So last week I asked you, will you or would you buy the Tesla Premium package for around $10? You know, we're going off what we have for the US so far, so I estimate this to be pretty similar in Europe, for example, 10 euros in a price point, but we'll see what it turns out to be finally. And I also asked you, is this fair? Now, thanks to the 27 people who responded, over 70% thought it's fair if you add up the two options that state, yes, it's fair at the end. And 69%, is that right? Yes, 69% would buy it, even though, 14 of those would say it's not fair, but I'll still buy it. So it's an interesting split here. I do like to see that a whole lot of people say yes, it's fair, and only a small percentage would not buy it, etching out at just a third here, just under a third, 29%. So that's good to see that Tesla is probably hitting a reasonable price point here. I didn't receive a comment from those of you who said, no, it's not fair and I wouldn't buy it. Or at least I don't seem to find it in there why exactly you think it's not fair, because I feel like 10 euros or $10 a month is a pretty reasonable price point for what you're getting offered. But then again, maybe you think it's not fair. Maybe you think you buy a car that's this expensive, you definitely want to have this as a free option. But keep in mind that for most other car brands that I've looked into, at least in the US, Audi, VW, Porsche, and stuff like that, you definitely have to pay more than $10. So it seems like it's a pretty good option. All right, we also had some comments, and I picked out a couple of them. So just some info. I will update all of you with more details for when German pricing comes out, because currently we can really only work on what we got from the US. So stay tuned for that. That's why I'm not going to go through all of the comments that ask, hey, how is it going to be in Germany? Because technically we don't know yet. If any one of you does know, please shoot me an email or leave a comment. All right, first comment here that I picked out is from Justin Marder, and looks like it's a he. He actually put this in German and English, which is really cool from you. Thanks a lot. Saying the $10 are guaranteed? Question mark. A Tesla employee spoke during the acquisition of my Model 3 about 3 months ago about 30 euros a month. 10 would be worth it, but not 30. Basically, it's about the fees for internet access, including SIM card. Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. The $10 are what looks like guaranteed in the US. I don't know about Germany, but in the US they are. And I would be surprised if Tesla would go over 3 times that amount in Germany, because $30 a month, no, that's definitely not fair. However, if you will check out my channel tomorrow at 5 p.m., I will upload a video which might help out with some workaround for some of you regarding not buying this whole connectivity package. So stay tuned for that. All right, thanks so much. Oh, I'm tilting the camera here. Wow. Thanks so much, Justin. All right, let's go over to the next one. Blah blah user. We had you on a couple of times before. Thanks so much for commenting again. Saying, I would be happy to pay the $10 US, but sorry, 10 US dollars for it, but Tesla should definitely upgrade their limits for LTE. That means use a better network than O2 and have unlimited O2. That's the network they're using here in Germany. I think he's right on that, or she's right on that, blah blah user is right on that. And have unlimited data, including software updates. Why have a LTE connection when you can't use it as you would use your Wi-Fi? Well, I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. You know, 10 euros or $10 is not quite that much. If you look at, you know, online pricings for unlimited data plans, $10 or euros doesn't get you that much here in Germany. So I can see why they wouldn't let you use that for updates, for software updates. Now again, maybe they will. I don't know how it's going to turn out but in Germany, but it doesn't look like they would. So I don't know. I feel like I don't necessarily want them to upgrade this for the entire software updates. I wish they would obviously switch to the best network out there. However, I didn't have that many problems with the current network they are using. Let me know down in the comment section below if you had any big problems with that network. And the limits, I'm not sure. I'm currently not aware of any limits. So, you know, as much as you want on your web browser, streaming, at least if you have the premium interior, web browser, streaming, satellite maps and navigation, like I mean, I'm running through a whole lot of data if I'm technically looking at my Netflix and YouTube usage and stuff like that in my car. So I don't know. I feel like it's pretty fair. But hey, you're entitled to your opinion. And that's the last comment I picked out for you this far. So thanks to all of you who also left a comment. Again, we'll get to some stuff tomorrow on my video, and then also some stuff just whenever it comes out here in Germany. Okay, let's get into our maybe final question for the year. By the way, if this does happen to be my last question or my last Popular Polls video, we'll get to the answer of this question, obviously, when we're back next year. Now, I've talked to a family member of mine recently about an upcoming EV purchase. My family member that I've been talking to already does own an EV. It's on a lease plan, I think. And the lease plan does end like end of next year, whatever. We've been talking about charging speeds because the current charge speed of their car is limited to, I want to say 50 kilowatts or 54 kilowatts or something like that. And it's just not really that usable for long commutes. You know, I take my Model 3 out to wherever. I've been to Paris with it and other places throughout Europe. So this car is usable just because, you know, charging doesn't take a whole long time. But if you want to have a different EV, you know, you're talking about charging speeds. And I know that it's not all about charging speed, right? I know that it's about the efficiency of your entire car as well. For example, the new Porsche, which although in certain instances it can charge faster than a Tesla currently, it's still charging technically lower than a Tesla or slower because it's so inefficient. It got an EPA rating, at least one of the Porsche Taycan models, got an EPA rating of just 201 miles for a way above 100,000. I want to say it's $150,000 car or something like that. So super inefficient. Then again, it's a sports car. I'm not going to blame them for that. But still, they chewed out this huge number, 250 kilowatts or more, blah, 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 blah. But then because it's so inefficient, you're still basically charging longer or charging slower in terms of how far you can travel on that, what you charged on. I don't want to make this too complicated. Anyway, I just want to know from you, which charging speed would you like to have in an electric car? So basically, the charging speed that you say, yes, for that charging speed, I'll buy this car and it's fine with me. To answer, please click the pop-up poll card, which will pop up in the top right-hand corner of your video screen right now. And here are your options. First one, 50 kilowatt. I know it's not a whole lot, but there are definitely cars out there that, like the Opel Ampera E or the Chevy Bolt, I think still, which use that charging speed, and some people are happy with that. So maybe you say, yo, 50 kilowatts is enough. And there are cars out there that can charge way below that. So yeah. 80 kilowatt hours is your next, sorry, not kilowatt hours, kilowatts is your next option here, which is getting into the range of kind of the Kia e-Niro, stuff like that. Then we get into 120 kilowatts, which is around what the VW ID.3 is advertised to do, and for a long time, that's what the Tesla version 2 superchargers put out. You know, now they've been upgraded to 150 kilowatts, and that's what your next option is, because that's what the version 2 superchargers, which is most of them, are putting out now. Actually, it might be 145 kilowatt hours. Sorry, kilowatts. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. 150 kilowatts, about what they're putting out now. And that's what I think almost all Model 3s can put out, especially since the standard range plus Model 3 just got an update that can now charge at 170 kilowatts. So that's super cool. And then your last option is like 200 plus kilowatts. That's what, for example, the Tesla Model 3 long range dual motor can do, or even the performance option. That's what I drive. I actually got 193 kilowatt peak at an Ionity charger here in Germany, and on obviously all the Tesla V3 chargers, superchargers, which are currently none of them. We don't have any of them yet in Europe, as far as I know. They will get like 250 kilowatt plus. So, super big charging speeds. But honestly, in my opinion, you don't need to have more than 200. But that's what I'm asking you. Please choose whatever you feel like is your thing, where you say, yes, that's what I want for my car. Anyway, that's it for this week, and maybe this year, we'll see. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And if we don't see each other again this year, I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you if you're celebrating, and if not, Happy Holidays. Happy New Year, and definitely have safe travels wherever you're going. I know a lot of you are out on the roads or on planes or boats, I don't know, wherever you're going. Safe travels. And I'll see you maybe next week, maybe next year. Have a good time, I guess.